Don, good morning.
Hello, thanks for joining us. Elected to office. Brian McGahen will now take his place as an alderman on the Sydney City Council. He declared himself and his cause gay all the way, and his election as an independent is seen as a breakthrough for the gay liberation movement in Australia. The ward he represents takes in suburbs like Paddington, which is a stronghold for the gay community in Sydney. Howard Gibbs reports.
Meet Alderman Brian McGahen. As he admits, it's a good name for Australia's first openly gay politician. The people of Paddington and Surrey Hills, many gay themselves, swept Brian and another gay candidate to victory. An historic election, taking gays out of the closet and into City Hall.
I'm part of this gay community, I'm part of this inner city community, I live here and I am gay, and so all those issues were important to me when I stood for council. And now I am a member of council, a city councillor. I will try to represent the gay community, but also I believe I can represent very well the other residents in the area.
He polled 2,000 of the 10,000 votes in his ward. Surprisingly, a good proportion of his support came from non-gays.
In fact, in these housing commission blocks just behind me, I received 20% of the vote. Now, there'd be very, very few gay people in these blocks. When I first started the campaign, people said, oh, you're absolutely crazy, you have no chance. An independent would never be elected in that ward. And many people said to me, well, you would be a good person on council, but this gay stuff is going to lose you a lot of votes, and you shouldn't highlight that issue.
But being gay is an issue Brian couldn't have been separated from. You see, he's also director of Sydney's annual gay extravaganza, the Mardi Gras. Do you think that helped you a lot, being so closely involved with the gay Mardi Gras?
Oh yes, it certainly did, because the Mardi Gras, as I said, it's the largest community festival in the city, and it involves thousands of people. It serves the same function as St Patrick's Day for the Irish community and Chinese New Year. It's our once-a-year street celebration, and well, as I said, it's the largest community festival in the city, and we think it's the best.
And with all that support, how could he fail? Much to the disappointment of Australia's anti-gay crusaders, Brian McGahen is now the toast of Oxford Street. Everyone here wants to shake the hand that's shaken City Hall. But not everyone's happy, including, predictably, the Festival of Light. We thought Brian might like the chance to meet the man who so strongly opposes his sexual preferences. So he took him along to have a chat with the Reverend Fred Nile. Was he stunned by Brian's success?
I'm not stunned, I'm just disappointed. But perhaps, again, it's the apathy of people on our side that when we knew that Brian was standing, we should have examined it and put up a candidate. I say it is not good, it's wrong. And that's not Fred Nile's opinion, that's God's opinion in the Bible.
Were you surprised that he was elected?
No, there's a tendency or a trend in this development. I get all the homosexual papers in Australia and overseas. The same things happen in San Francisco, unfortunately, with where the homosexuals are very strong. They've been able to elect aldermen. It was only a matter of time before it happened here.
The battle lines were drawn, and both sides were determined to fight the good fight.
We just object to the fact that Reverend Nile and others of his organisation campaigned to keep us as criminals. And it's not just a small offence, it's a very major offence in this state, carrying a 7-year jail sentence. And that's why the gay community is becoming politically active, and that's why I can get elected to the City Council.
Sodomy is not decent, it is immoral and abnormal, and I'm not sure as to the details of our friend's lifestyle, but if it involves sodomy, then sodomy is indecent and immoral.
Reverend Nile vowed he'd support a candidate in the next election to unseat Brian McGahen, and Brian accepted the challenge. Is there any advice you'd give Brian? He's starting his political career next Tuesday. What would you say to him?
Well, I think the main thing for Brian would be to change his lifestyle. It's a pity that he's there as an agent, a representative of the homosexual community. It'd be far better if he was there as a man who accepted his full manhood, that is, he was a heterosexual.
He may be less than a man to the Reverend Nile, but Brian McGahen is now a force to be reckoned with. He's made it to City Hall with the support of gay newspapers like the Sydney Star. But even the newspaper can see the irony of Brian's success. Homosexual acts are still illegal in New South Wales.
And I think this is the main reason why Brian's been elected. It's a sort of slap at the state government, who has promised us homosexual law reform and various other things and has not followed through on them. And I think that Brian will provide a reminder to the government that it's about time they do something.
Over the next few years, we will see gay people being elected to public office all around Australia. Gay issues will become significant, and we'll see the sort of progress on law reform and other issues that we've been looking for.
Howard Gibbs reporting on the gay liberation breakthrough in Australia.